Hello traders, it's Thursday, November 5th. It's after the market is closed, and I want to show you how to use Option Stalker to find some swing trades. Let's assume that you work during the day, you come home, you'd like to find some opportunities that you might be able to take advantage of Friday. Here's the process that I would go through. Of course, market first, market first, market first. You better get your market bearings. So we can take a look at the market right here. You can see how we have this downward sloping trend line visually. And the market actually closed above that downward sloping trend line. Very good. You can also see three massive gaps higher after the election. So right now we've got a lot of buying pressure coming in. Money is off the sidelines. We're going to challenge the all-time high here, probably within the next week, I would imagine. So there's a lot of optimism. The Republicans are going to control the Senate. That's good because the tax cuts that Trump initiated are probably going to remain in place. The election results are still pending, but that's uncertainty, and the market doesn't seem to care about it. What that tells me is that the bid is very, very strong. There's some optimism around the coronavirus because a vaccine should be delivered sometime around Christmas, maybe New Year's. AstraZeneca, that's their timetable, and they're looking for mass distribution. So if we get a vaccine, it's going to dramatically help the situation. And then, of course, we have the potential for a $2 trillion stimulus bill. That's also encouraging investors. So the money that's been on the sideline before the election is now coming into the market. I am expecting this upward trend to continue. You can see how we are above the 50-day moving average. That's Wednesday's price action. We closed above it yesterday. Today we had a really nice day, a gap higher, and we were able to preserve the low of the day. So really nice gains. Let's take a look and see how we can find some opportunities. So we know that we're bullish right now. We're going to bring up the custom search engine in Option Stalker, and we know that we want liquid options. So that's the first thing that we'll do. We'll use a value of 0. That would be plenty liquid. And let's also try and find a stock that had heavy volume today. I would like to see nice big volume and upward price movement. That'd be very positive. And the basis for what I'm doing is you want to cast a wide net. You want to get lots of results in so that you have a lot of different stocks to take a look at. If you have too many results to knock through, then you start adding criteria and you draw that net in. Every time I check one of these boxes, my probability of success goes up because the stock is having to jump through more hoops, so to speak. It has to meet more conditions. So I'm being more restrictive. So right now, these are stocks that had good option liquidity, heavy volume. Let's also mark a new 20-day high. That should narrow this list pretty dramatically. Yes, it did. We still have quite a few results to take a look at. Let's also go in and let's mark strong relative to the SPY. I always like relative strength. This is getting pretty manageable in here right now. This is not a bad list. I want to add one more criteria, and earnings season is upon us, so I'm going to click earnings date previous. This means that the company has already reported, and I'm going to go back to October 1st, and I'll use that as the start date, and I'll use November 5th as the end date. So it could have reported today. That's fine. No problem there. And let's click scan. Now this list is much shorter. And I know that these companies have announced earnings, so I don't have to worry about getting blindsided by that. Let's push this off to the side and let's do some technical analysis and see if we can find a stock that we like for tomorrow. This should be a pretty good list. This is really nice. Look at this. You've got cup and handle, bounces off the 200-day moving average. There's a horizontal resistance level that we've just poked through. We're above the 100-day moving average. Absolutely. This is symbol AU. It's a gold stock. Gold has actually been rallying. Now that the stimulus bill is likely to be passed in the next few weeks, that will put downward pressure on the dollar, the US dollar. Dollar goes down, gold goes up. So I think that AU actually looks like a really nice candidate. You can also see visually we've got a downward sloping trend line right here, and that's been breached to the upside. How could you approach this trade? Well, if you want to get in at that 100-day moving average, you can sell an $11 put. Let's take a look at what premium we might possibly get for that. Now, this is an $11 stock, so you're not going to get a ton of option premium for it, but we'll go out to November 13th and see where those $11 puts are trading. And they currently are 19 cents bid. Let's say that you can sell them for 20 cents, which is pretty realistic. You only have to put up 20% of the strike price, and in this case, that would be approximately $2.20 that you would have to put up. Well, I'm getting 20 cents. Folks, this is a 10% return on a naked put right in the course of a week and 2 days. That's a nice return. Plus, you already know that earnings have just passed today, and the reaction was excellent, and the volume was heavy. Did you see how easy it was for me to find that trade? So let's keep going through. Let's see what else we've got here. ATUS. This is too choppy. I would not want to trade this stock. Look at this. Up and down, back and forth. Oh, here we go. Breakout. Not so fast. Oh, here we go. Breakout. Not so fast. So I wouldn't trust this. When you look at a chart, you have to be able to look at it with a high degree of probability and say, yes, I know what this stock is going to do. When you see a chart like that, then you know you've got an opportunity. When it's back and forth random like this, move on. You can find much better. This is nice. You see the nice consistent flow of the stock? Well, right now, right there, you had your downward sloping trend line that was breached to the upside. The stock compressed. Now you're through that horizontal resistance level. Yes, good volume. Stock moving higher. Decent reaction to earnings. Yes, this is nice. It's not a fast mover, but yes, this would make a nice candidate, especially if you were looking at fundamentals and you like the company on a fundamental basis and you like the earnings report. Horizontal resistance right here. Breakout above horizontal resistance. Very nice. Baidu, there's your earnings before the open. Continuation today. Yes, I like this breakout right here. You could sell a bullish put spread below that 135 strike price on the assumption that this breakout is going to hold and that the stock is going to continue to move higher with the market. We can also put up the 10 SI indicator, and you'll see that orange line down below here. Orange line above zero, stock has relative strength. But we already know that it has relative strength because we marked the box on a D1 basis. So for every one of these candidates, that orange line should be above zero. It's a search criteria that we're using to increase our probability of success. So yes, you could sell an out of the money bullish put spread using that 135 strike price on a stock like that. I like it. BLL, earnings before the open. They love the earnings announcement through this horizontal resistance. Yes, stock looks really good. Nice upward sloping trend line. Beautiful. I would use that $92 level right there, prior resistance, as your stop. You can let the stock come back and test that breakout, but you do not want it to break below or close below that breakout because then you're probably going to fail on the backside. That would be a failed breakout. But this stock looks excellent. BLL. A little bit choppy, not bad. Nice long candles closing on their high, good volume. So you can make a case for day trading this. Not crazy about it on a swing basis. We've got CI, long green candles closing on their high, challenging this resistance level. I'd probably need to see it get through that resistance level tomorrow. It's traveled a very long way already from 164 all the way up to 214. Not my favorite. I feel like this train has left the station. So, no, personally, I wouldn't trade it. Now, some of you might look at that and go, that is fantastic. I love that chart. Okay, if you know the patterns that you like to trade, then there might be an opportunity for you. Now, this, on the other hand, this is a really nice looking chart for me. We've got this peak right here. We have another test of that resistance level. Stock pulls back. but it's been creeping up to that horizontal resistance level and it's been able to maintain those gains. That tells me that the bid is growing, and then boom, we've got earnings before the open. It blows through this horizontal resistance. We've got a little gap and it was able to hold that gap. Excellent volume. There's your relative strength. Yes, I like this one. That is symbol CPRI. CRON, pretty choppy in here through major moving averages. They like the earnings announcement, good volume. Not crazy about all this chop back in here. I can find better than that. I already have. This stock is going a little bit parabolic. You can see earnings before the open there, but really nice follow through. And there you can see the upward sloping channel. There's the upper bound going through those tails of a body. And then you've got your lower end of the channel right there. So this stock is strong. I like it. I would probably prefer it a little bit more on a day trading basis than to take an overnight swing position. Stock pulls back, earnings right there. Not an immediate reaction to a good earnings number. So I'd have to wonder why it decided to run up today, but it is through that horizontal resistance. So looks pretty good, but I would have wanted to see that reaction after the number. Now I have to wonder what kind of news came out today to spike that rally. Maybe it's good news. Maybe I'm interested in it, but it would require further investigation. I'm not huge on fundamental analysis. Yes, I look at it. Yes, I'm aware of what the company's doing and what the valuations are, but I don't dwell on it. As long as the price action tells me that the stock wants to go higher, I'm good with it. I don't even need to know why. My time horizon's very short. I try and keep my trades inside of a 3-week window, so there's not a lot that changes within a company fundamentally in that time period. Here you can see a nice upward sloping channel. Stock was able to get through this horizontal resistance. Good earnings reaction, bounced off the 50-day moving average. I like this breakout. Looks really good. EVRI, GOLD, we know that's a gold stock. IPHI. I'm going to start moving through a little bit quicker here. You get the idea. There's some awesome stocks. Earnings after the close, big gap up. Stock maintains that gap higher even when the market is selling off. You can see that by the relative strength. You can see that by the SPY overlay. You can see market down hard, stock up and continues to hold. Now that the market has regained its footing, stock is pushing higher. Big volume. I like it. Yes. IPHI is the symbol there. LVS, still not through that major resistance level. Above major moving averages here. Selling out of the money bullish put spreads could work well for that. But I'd like to see it through that resistance level. Love this. Look at that breakout right there. There's your earnings after the close. Follow through today. MTCH. Everything looks great on this one. Get selling out of the money bullish put spread. I would try to key off of that 124 level right in there. I don't know how much premium you're going to get for that, given that the stock is all the way up to $135. But we can check it out. We can take a look. We'll go into the November 20s and we'll see what we can get for the 125. Actually, we can go 124. I'd like to stay inside of that breakout. So let's go with the 124, 123. And you can see the option bid-ask spreads are just ridiculously wide. Look at these bid-ask spreads. 80 cents bid offered at $2.31. Really? They must tighten up during the day or we wouldn't see it on this search because the option liquidity is at 0. Those are not liquid options. Too wide a spread in there. So no, there's no trade, but during the day I would check to see if the option bid-ask spreads narrow on this one because MTCH looks like a really good pattern. PAAS, that is a silver stock, drew this downward sloping trend line above the 50-day and 100-day moving average. Really nice rally after the earnings announcement yesterday. Looks excellent. Qualcomm, big gap up. Doji, didn't do a lot after that gap up. I would watch it. This is a nice breakout, though. I think the stock could continue to float higher. Initially, that low right there of 141.83, that will be support. probably need to go down to maybe the 140 level. I wouldn't do that though just yet, because a lot of times on these big gaps up, you'll see the stock drift lower, and you don't want to be caught by that when you're selling out of the money bullish put spreads. You want that move to come in. You want to see that support form for a day or two, and then the stock starts to move back higher. Then you can use that strategy off of that low that was just formed. You don't want too much of this gap to close either. You want to see it preserved. Now, if Qualcomm tomorrow rallies and it has a nice green bar closing on its high, then you can use that low price from today and sell an out of the money, very short term bullish put spread. So that's how I would play that. We've only got a couple more stocks to knock through here. QRTEA, I looked at that one earlier today, and that is a retailer. Look, decent looking chart. I'm not familiar with the company, but you can see it fell on hard times. Now it is in the gap, but it would need to get through that 200-day moving average. Then I'd be interested. What do I do with that information? I click GTC. I double click on that bar right there, and now I have an alert set that is going to trigger if the stock takes out the high of the day today. It is set for sure. Okay, so that one looks pretty interesting to me. We'll know if the stock is able to get through today's high when that alert pops up. This is nice. QRVO. Look at all the stocks. Almost every stock in this search is coming up. I could trade almost all of them. Got this nice horizontal breakout, earnings right there. Stock opens on its low, closes near its high of the day. Today was the first day after earnings it could trade. Really nice, that $140 price level. You could sell a bullish put spread below that. Two more, SPWR, beautiful breakout of a compression right in here. Yes, looks fantastic. TPX, another nice breakout here through horizontal resistance. That stock's got a ton of momentum. I am going to be watching that one tomorrow, and I'm going to go into a 5-minute chart, and I'm going to see where I would want to buy that stock tomorrow. I'm going to click GTC, and that looks like a good candle right in here that I can click on, and if it can get above that price point tomorrow, I'll want to know about it. So that will tell me tomorrow when I log in, hey Pete, remember that stock you thought might really go? The one that might be good for a day trade? Here it is. I love getting pop-up alerts throughout the course of the day. Those trades are handed to me on a silver platter. And when I look at the chart, it's like, oh yeah, I remember why I like that one. Look, it's getting through that price point, probably a good trading opportunity. So I thought I'd do a little swing trading analysis after the market closed today. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this content. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss one of these videos, because they're all packed with great trading ideas. Thanks. Good luck with your trades. Watch for the market to continue to inch higher. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.